I'll be better tomorrow. I promise. 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 I just need one more chance. One more day to fix everything. I'll be better tomorrow. I'll be better tomorrow. I've been saying that for years. I'll be better tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow always felt so close, a place where I could fix it most. But every day just slips away and leaves me with the same mistakes. I tried to be what they all needed, ignoring every silent plea. And in the echoes of not yet, I built a life of deep regret. I kept on chasing who I'd be and lost the person inside me. I'm stuck inside this endless loop of all the things I didn't do. A mother's heart that tries to mend but breaks the same way in the end. Through every vow I couldn't keep, through every night I couldn't sleep, I keep on saying I'll be fine while losing pieces over time. Love came and left without a sound, another promise breaking down. We said forever meant for now, but never learned the why or how. And friendships faded into space, just empty names I can't replace. The world moved on, I stayed the same, repeating cycles I can't change. I told myself just one more try, but watch the years keep passing by. I'm stuck inside this endless loop of all the things I didn't do. A mother's heart that tries to mend but breaks the same way in the end. Through every vow I couldn't keep, through every night I couldn't sleep, I keep on saying I'll be fine while losing pieces over time. What if tomorrow never comes? What if the change I need is now? What if the voice I keep ignoring is the only truth I've ever found? I can't keep living in rewind, replaying every fault of mine. Maybe the cycle has to break with one real step, one choice I make. Not tomorrow. I'm breaking out this endless loop, no longer stuck in what I knew. A mother's heart can still repair, even when burdened by despair. Through every scar and every line, I'll face the truth I pushed aside. And maybe now, for the first time, I won't say tomorrow. I'll be better today. I'll be better today. Hello? You've reached the support line. Are you in danger? Long silence. No. I'm just tired. Can you tell me your name? Hesitation. I don't know anymore. I used to be someone before I became everything for everyone else. Are you alone right now? Quiet exhale. I'm surrounded, but I've never felt this alone. Okay, I'm here. You can talk. I don't know where to begin! Soul who feels like me. I built a life they said was right, through endless days and hollow nights, and somewhere in the lines I crossed, I didn't see what it would cost. They call me strong, they call me brave, but strength became the mask I gave. The light's still open, hear me now. I'm breaking, but I don't to say the things I've held inside, the truth I've always tried to hide. A mother's love, a silent fight, to hold it in, to make it right. But every word I never say is slowly pulling me away. He used to promise he would stay, but promises just fade to gray. We built a world that couldn't last. Now all that's left is in the past. And friends became just passing names, lost in time and quiet blame. The world moved on, I stood still here, drowning slowly in my fear. I gave my heart without a shield. I'm Good evening, tonight's top story. A woman who had everything and somehow lost herself. Sources report she was last seen smiling in public, while silently collapsing behind closed doors. Witnesses describe her as strong, though no one could confirm what she was carrying. In other news, love has once again failed to meet expectations. Family bonds remain under pressure, and emotional fatigue reaches an all-time high. Authorities are still investigating how someone can give so much and still feel completely empty. If you have any information about the woman she used to be, please come forward. They tell my story like it's clean, a headline made for TV screens, but they don't see the in-between, the fragile cracks behind the scenes. I learned to smile on cue, on time, to hide the truth between the lines. A perfect image I maintain, while drowning slowly in the strain. They call it strength, I call it pain, a quiet loss I can't explain. Breaking news, she's falling down, but still won't let it show in town. A mother holding worlds inside, with nowhere left to run and hide. Through every lie she tells to cope, through shattered dreams and fading hope. She gives her all, then gives some more, till she forgets what she's fighting for. Love turned into a headline lie, two hearts that couldn't testify. We spoke in words that lost their weight, too little truth, too much too late. And friendships turned to distant names, lost in time and silent blame. The world kept spinning, didn't care, while I was breaking unaware. They never ask, they never stay, they just move on and look away. Breaking news, she's falling down, but still won't let it show in town. A mother holding worlds inside, with nowhere left to run and hide. Through every lie she tells to cope, through shattered dreams and fading hope. She gives her all, then gives some more, till she forgets what she's fighting for. What she's fighting for. If I could rewrite every line, take back the weight, reclaim what's mine, I'd tell the truth I hid so deep, the promises I couldn't keep. But maybe stories don't just end, maybe they break and start again. And even now, beneath the pain, there's something left for me to gain. This just in, she's still alive, still trying. Breaking news, she's standing now, not perfect, but she's stronger somehow. A mother learning how to breathe beyond the life she couldn't leave. Through every scar and every tear, she's facing everything she feared. And though the past still leaves its mark, she's finding light inside the dark. And in a final update, the woman was never missing. She was just waiting to find herself again. I wanna fall in love. I wanna build a home. I wanna be someone they'll never leave alone. You will, and it will cost you more than you know. I'll give my heart, I won't hold back. You'll give too much and never get it back. But love is worth it, right? It is, but no one tells you what it takes from you. I'll be happy. You learn to pretend. I became the echo of who I used to be. Inside my head, the girl I was, the words she said, so full of hope, so unaware of all the weight I'd have to bear. I chased a life I thought was right, through endless days and sleepless nights, and somewhere in the roles I played, I watched that version slowly fade. She dreamed in colors I see in gray, but she still hasn't gone away. I'm just the echo she became, a different soul, a borrowed name, a mother strong, a heart confined between the past and present time. Through every love that slipped away, through every price I had to pay, I carry who I used to be inside the ghost that's now me. I loved a man who loved the light, but never saw my darker nights. We built a world that couldn't stay, then watched it slowly drift away. The friends I had turned into dust, broken by time, by loss of trust. And in the silence left behind, I faced the truth I couldn't find. She used to trust without a doubt, now I just live with figuring out. I'm just the echo she became, a different soul, a borrowed name, a mother strong, a heart confined between the past and present time. Through every love that slipped away, through every price I had to pay, I carry who I used to be inside the ghost that's now me. If I could reach across the years, I'd hold her close, I'd calm her fears, I'd tell her life will break her down, but she'll still rise without a crown. And though she'll lose herself in pain, she'll find a way to love again. Not who she was, but something true. A stronger heart will carry through. I miss who I was, but I'm still here. I'm not just echoes anymore, I'm something stronger than before. A mother's love, a guiding light, even through the darkest nights. Through every scar and every flame, I learned I'm more than just the pain. And though her voice still lives in me, I am who I choose to be. I'm still here. I'm still I'm still here. Case number 27. The people versus her choices. State your name. I'm a mother. That's not what I asked. I don't remember who I was before that. Loving too much, staying too long, and losing herself in the process. How do you plead? Guilty of trying my best. They built a case from every scar, from every time I fell apart. They questioned all the love I gave, like it was something I should save. I stood alone, no alibi, just sleepless nights and silent cries. A life of choices on display, while no one saw the price I paid. They only saw what I became, not all the battles I can take. Put my heart on trial again, judge me for the way I've been. A mother lost in her own fight, trying to turn wrong into right. Through every fall, through every flame, I learned that love and loss are the same. And even if I break inside, I'll stand and face this life on trial. He took the stand, but spoke in blame, like I was fire, he was the flame. We burned together, truth be told, but only I was left to hold the weight of all we couldn't fix, the broken trust, the shattered mix. And in the crowd of fading friends, no one stayed to understand. No jury sees the truth I hide, the war I fight deep down inside. Put my heart on trial again, judge me for the way I've been. A mother lost in her own fight, trying to turn wrong into right. Through every fall, through every flame, I learned that love and loss are the same. And even if I break inside, I'll stand and face this life on trial. If loving them was my mistake, then I do it all the same. Every tear, every regret, every moment I can't forget. But I'm more than what they claim, more than guilt, more than blame. I am still here, I still survive, a beating heart that won't deny. Maybe I was never guilty, just human. No more trials, no more disguise. I see the truth behind my eyes. A mother strong, a woman scarred, still reaching out with open heart. Through every fall, I found my way, through every night into the day. And now I stand, no need to hide, no longer living life on trial. Gavel bangs. Case dismissed. She forgives herself. It's me. I don't know if I'll ever send this. I just needed to hear my own voice say something real for once. Do you ever feel like you disappeared slowly while everyone still thinks you're here? Yeah, me too. The part they need to see, a perfect form of meant to be. But underneath this careful skin is someone I've forgotten again. The days go by in silent strain. I smile through love, I hide the pain. Conversations feel so thin, like no one's really listening. I speak in words that don't reveal the truth behind the way I feel. These are the things I never said, the words that echo in my head. 1,000 truths I had to hide just to keep this life alive. A mother's love, a silent plea to give them more than what is me. And every night I lie awake from all the choices that I made. I loved too hard, I stayed too long, turned all my doubts into a song. He never saw the cracks beneath the quiet war in every breath. Friendships faded into space, time erased each familiar face. And in the mirror I confess, I don't know who I am like this. I built a life on sacrifice, but lost myself between the lines. These are the things I never said, the words that echo in my head. 1,000 truths I had to hide just to keep this life alive. A mother's love, a silent plea to give them more than what is me. And every night I lie awake from all the choices that I made. If I could go back, I'd choose again, not just for them, but who I am. I'd speak the truth, I'd stand my ground, not let my voice get buried down. But maybe it's not over yet, maybe I'm more than my regret. Maybe the silence I've been in is where my healing can begin. I'm still here, even if I feel gone. These are the words I'll finally say. I won't just let them fade away. A mother's heart can still be strong without pretending. All along, through every scar and every tear, I'll face the truth I used to fear. And maybe love will find its way when I stop hiding what I say. Maybe one day I'll send this. I count the cracks along the wall. Not sheep, not dreams, just where I fall. The house is quiet, almost kind. silence screams inside my mind. This is the only time I'm not pretending. Before they wake, I let it out. All of my fear, all of my doubt. The woman I was fades away in every role I have to play. I used to dance inside my skin. Now I just hold the chaos in. 1,000 thoughts I never say, just to keep the peace each day. They see the strength they never see, the cost of being everything. Before they wake, I fall apart, piece by piece, a breaking heart. A mother's love, a heavy crown, still standing while I'm breaking down. Through every tear I hide so well, there's stories I will never tell. And every night I lose my way, find myself before they wake. He used to say I'm strong enough, but strength became my prison love. I carried more than I could hold and learned to live with feeling cold. The world outside just pulls me in. 1,000 roles, 1,000 sins, relationships that fade to gray, while I just slowly drift away. I gave my heart without a shield. Now all that's left is how I feel. Before they wake, I fall apart, piece by piece, a breaking heart. A mother's love, a heavy crown, still standing while I'm breaking down. Through every tear I hide so well, there's stories I will never tell. And every night I lose my way, but find myself before they wake. If I could speak without the fear, would anyone still want me here? Or am I only what I give? A life I built but never lived. Regret is knocking at my door for all the things I can't restore. But in my children's eyes I see a softer version still of me. Maybe it's not too late to choose myself and stay. Before they wake, I'll start again, not just survive, but try to mend. A mother's heart can still be free, even with its history. Through every scar and every ache, I learn to bend but never break. And when the morning lights my face, I'll still be here. Before they wake, they'll never know how close I came to fading away. I scroll through lives that shine too bright, while mine fades out in silent fights. Another day behind a screen, comparing lives I've never seen. They look so whole, they look so free, but that's not what they show to me. I pack my pain in smaller words, so no one feels how much it hurts. A simple fine replaces truth, a quiet lie I've grown into. Connections built on empty lines, we're losing touch in real time. There's glass between us, can't you see? We're close enough but out of reach. 1,000 friends but no one knows the place inside where sorrow grows. I give them love, I give them light, but lose myself each lonely night. And every word I never say is slowly tearing me away. At home I wear a different face, a softer voice, a slower pace. My children ask if I'm okay. I smile and gently look away. I loved, I lost, I tried to mend, but some hearts break and never bend. And in the echoes of our past I see how nothing ever lasts. I built a life on sacrifice, but paid for it with sleepless nights. There's glass between us, can't you see? We're close enough but out of reach. 1,000 friends but no one knows the place inside where sorrow grows. I give them love, I give them light, but lose myself each lonely night. And every word I never say is slowly tearing me If I could shatter every wall, I'd let them see me when I fall. Not just the strength I'm forced to show, but all the things I'll never know. Regrets a shadow at my door, for all the times I gave them more, but not the truth, not all of me, just who I thought I had to be. Is it too late to change the ending, or am I too far gone pretending? No more glass between us now. I'll break it down, I don't know how, but piece by piece I'll let them in. Through every scar beneath my skin, a mother's heart, both fierce and torn, still finds a way to be reborn. And maybe love will finally stay when I stop pushing it away. Seen, but this time I'll let myself be known. There's a chair by the window she never sits in. A cup of coffee gone cold like the words she held in. They say she's strong, they always do. But no one ever asked what it cost her to be that way. Through crowds but feels alone. 1,000 voices, none her own. The world keeps telling her who to be, but never who she used to be. Her laughter echoes slightly cracked, a perfect mask she can't take back. Behind her eyes a silent war of everything she's fighting for. She buried dreams beneath the noise and traded truth for safer choices. She's smiling with ashes in her soul, burning stories she won't show. A mother, a lover, a heart worn thin, trying to lose but forced to win. Through broken trust and silent cries, she hides the truth behind her eyes. And every night she fades away just to be strong. Love came like fire, left like smoke. 1,000 promises that broke. He never saw the cracks beneath, the quiet pain in every breath. Friends turned strangers over time. Truth got buried under pride. And in the chaos of it all, she learned how hard a heart can fall. She gave too much, she stayed too long. Now she's learning to move on. She's smiling with ashes in her soul, burning stories she won't show. A mother, a lover, a heart worn thin, trying to lose but forced to win. Through broken trust and silent cries, she hides the truth behind her eyes. And every night she fades away just to be strong another day. If they could hear the thoughts she hides, the guilt, the rage she keeps inside, the what ifs that haunt her sleep, the promises she couldn't keep. Blood in her veins, a quiet flame, still whisper she's not to blame. That even scars can guide you home. You're never truly on your own. I tried to be everything they needed, but I forgot to be someone I believed in. She's rising from the weight she bore, not who she was, but something more. A mother's love, a fierce defense, built from pain and consequence. Through every tear she never showed, she found the strength to let it go. And though the past still leaves its trace, she's learning how to give herself grace. The chair by the window's still there, but one day she might finally sit and just breathe. before the sunrise paints the sky in gray. Another day of giving parts of me away. In mirrors I see someone I don't recognize, a tired soul with dreams she had to compromise. The world outside is rushing loud and cold, where love feels bought and kindness can be sold. I smile like I'm unbreakable and strong, but I've been holding all this hurt too long. I used to believe in forever. Now I just pray we stay together. With quiet hands, I hold this home together. Through storms that no one else can see. A mother's heart can break but still surrender. Every piece for her family. Through love, through pain, through every scar, I gave them all I am, not who we are. And in the dark I fall apart alone, but I'll be strong for them at home. I've loved a man who couldn't understand the weight I carried in these trembling hands. We spoke in silence, fighting different wars, two strangers standing on familiar floors. Friendships faded into empty calls, trust turned fragile like these paper walls. And somewhere in between the lines I crossed, I lost myself in all the love I lost. I should've listened to my own voice, but life was never mine to choose. With quiet hands, I hold this home together. Through storms that no one else can see. A mother's heart can break but still surrender. Every piece for her family. Through love, through pain, through every scar, I gave them all I am, not who we are. And in the dark I fall apart alone, but I'll be strong for them at home. If I could turn back time, I'd say I'm sorry for all the nights I chose the wrong story. For every tear my children never knew, for being lost when they needed truth. But love is more than perfect, more than right. It's staying when you've lost the fight. It's holding on when hope is thin, and learning how to live again. I am not perfect, I am just human. A woman shaped by all this pain, but every scar became a reason to stand up and love again. With open arms, I'll build this life forever. No matter how the world may be, a mother's soul will always remember who she was and who she'll be. Through every fall I'll rise once more, stronger than I was before. And though regret still haunts my soul, my love will make this broken whole. So when they ask me who I am, I'll say just someone doing all she can. A quiet voice in a world so loud, still standing, still loving, still proud. Dear me, if you're reading this, it means you're still on that road. The one where you chose everything, except the people who loved you. I'm writing from the life you built, and trust me, it's not what you think! You got the name, you won the world, you played the game. But every night feels just the same, an empty bed, a quiet pain. Mama's chair is still untouched. You said one day, just not enough. Now that one day came and went, and all you have is what you spent. You had the time, you let it go. Now there's no way back, just so you know. This is a letter from who I became. A life full of echoes, a heart full of shame. I had it all but lost what was real. Now I don't know how to feel. All the love I pushed aside, all the tears I tried to hide. If you can't hear me through the pain, don't become who I became. She waited longer than she should, through every outchange that never could. You chose the world, you chose the race. Now you can't even see her face. Your friends moved on without goodbye. They stopped believing every lie. You told yourself to sleep at night, that everything would turn out right. But truth is louder in the end, when there's no one left to pretend. This is a letter from who I became. A life full of echoes, a heart full of shame. I had it all but lost what was real. Now I don't know how to feel. All the love I pushed aside, all the tears I tried to hide. If you can't hear me through the pain, don't become who I became. If your child asks you who you are, will you point to things or to your scars? Will you say you loved with all you had, or admit the truth? You chose the bad. Turn around before it's late. Don't let love become your weight. This is a letter you can still rewrite. A different ending, a different life. Hold them close before they fade. Don't repeat the mess I made. Every second you still own is a chance to not be alone. Listen close before it's too late. Don't become who I became. Dear me, I hope you chose better than I did. I miss you. I didn't mean it. Can we try again? send. Conversations in my head again. Every sorry stays unsaid. Every truth I choose to bend. Mama told me don't wait too long, but I kept proving her so wrong. Thought I had another day. Now there's nothing left to say. We let silence do the talking. Now there's no one left who's listening. All these unsaid words inside my chest turn into regrets I can't forget. Every chance I let you slip away, every I love you I couldn't say. Now I'm staring at an empty screen, wondering what it could have been if I had just been brave enough to press send instead of giving up. We were more than just a phase, but I let pride get in the way. Every fight I chose to win instead of letting love begin. Friends I lost in passing time, too busy chasing someone else's life. Now their names just fade to gray, like memories I pushed away. We thought we had forever waiting, but forever's never stayed. All these unsaid words inside my chest turn into regrets I can't forget. Every chance I let you slip away, every I love you I couldn't say. Now I'm staring at an empty screen, wondering what it could have been if I had just been brave enough to press send instead of giving up. If my child reads my story someday, will they speak or walk away?